no research had told me about that. So I was like, what's this?
Like, why is this not working? I went to lactation class. I did everything.
Boundaries has been awkward, but worth it.
When they put her on my stomach, it was just like, oh my God, this is mine. Like, I really grew this baby.
Every aspect of it, it's like I'm becoming a different version of myself along this journey too.
Welcome to another episode of Atona's Birth. Today I am joined by Mariah, and she is going to tell us about her motherhood journey thus far. She has a 5-month-old daughter. So to start, Mariah, can you introduce yourself, a little bit about yourself, and a fun fact outside of, like, that does not revolve around motherhood. It cannot touch motherhood at all.
Okay. So yes, my name is Mariah. I'm 29. Yes, I'm 29. I always forget my age. Asia is my first child, my first pregnancy, all of that. A fun fact about me. I don't know. I'm funny.
All right. We'll
I
take
like
it.
to think I'm funny. I like to think I'm funny and creative, but things changed since I became a mom.
They didn't change. I mean, they did change, but you being funny and creative is still in there. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Also, girl, I thought you were like
I'm
23.
Everybody say that. Oh my goodness. Everybody always think I'm younger than what I am. That's a blessing,
It
but
is.
I be pushing the big 30 this year.
It'll be great. Not the big 30.
Ooh,
All
I'm
right.
scared.
It's just another year. So from the top, how did you feel when you learned you were pregnant with your daughter?
When I first found out I was pregnant, all right, so I'm gonna tell you the story of how it happened. It was my birthday is in October. I didn't know some of my family members knew before me, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
So my sister, she kept asking me about her period because our period's like meshed, and I'm like, I'm not paying no mind. So then I asked her one time, like, hey, did you get your period this month? And she was like, yeah, I'm going off. And I was like, really? And I ain't paying no mind. I'm like, maybe it's just my hormones or my stress levels or something like that. And then she was like, OMG, you pregnant. And I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. I can't be pregnant. So then I went out with my cousins and I was drinking and I was just having a ball. Like, I don't know why, but last year, September through like November, I just had the time of my life. Like I felt like I was 25 again. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what it was. I just felt so good. And I'm just out drinking, having a ball. And we went out to drink at Expectation. We got some mimosa flights. And normally I could just down them. So I'm drinking them and I couldn't finish them. And that was a red flag for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't think nothing of it. I'm still like, maybe I'm just getting sick or something. Then we go, we get some Dawn, we drinking, we just having a time. And then my boobs start hurting, but I'm still not thinking of another because when I had my menstrual, my boobs, they swell up. So I'm like, oh, I must be about to come on finally.
Mm-hmm.
No, weeks went by and weeks went by and weeks went by and they still was swollen. I'm like, hold on, something different. Then I went to work. I didn't feel good. I worked in the hospital. I didn't feel good. And one of the nurses, she was like, yeah, Mariah, I think you should go home. Like, you look flushed, like your skin look weird. You should go home. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm really feeling bad. You know, I'm not, I can't work through this. So when I left, I went to CVS. I got a COVID test. And next to the COVID test, it was just so weird. It was a pregnancy test right there. So I was like, let me just get one just to make sure. But it's like, I wanted to be pregnant years ago. I actually was actively trying and I just got discouraged and I always used to think I can't get pregnant. I can't
Mm-hmm.
get pregnant. I can't get pregnant. So once you keep seeing those negative tests, it just become discouraging. So I never really wanted to do it, but I was like, let me just try just in case. And sure enough, I went home. Both tests said positive, the COVID and the
Okay.
pregnancy
I was
test.
like, what?
And I was like, oh my goodness. And my daughter's dad was in the bed at the time. He was sick. So I'm sitting in the bathroom and I'm just sitting there like, OMG. And I'm looking up at him and I'm just looking back and forth like, because he thought the same thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
he couldn't get anybody pregnant. So I'm just sitting there like, wow, this is not real. And you know the craziest thing? I laid down in the bed and we took a nap. I just couldn't believe it. So it was just like, yeah, I'm gonna just take a nap. Whatever. This a dream. This it's not real. So we took a nap. Then when we woke back up, we just sitting there looking at each other, and he's smiling, and I just started laughing. I'm like, we're about to be parents. Like, is this real? And we went to urgent care just to confirm it. They confirmed it. They confirmed both. Like, it was like, yes, you have COVID, and yes, you are pregnant. And I just couldn't believe. Like, I felt. I don't know. I can't explain the feeling. It just was a different feeling. I felt so different. Like in that moment when she said those words, I was just like, OMG, is this really happening?
Yeah.
It was like the old me really just left. And it just turned into an, it's like when you hear something, your body, when you get that confirmation, your body just starts to feel it. It's like when you sick, for instance. When you get confirmation that you're sick, you start feeling sick. So it was kind of like, I felt weird already because I had COVID, but then once she said, yes, you are pregnant, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm really pregnant. Like I just started
Yeah.
feeling it. It was so weird. And I found out early. I think I was about 4 or 6 weeks. So it was really creepy. But the initial reaction was shocked because like I said, we both thought we couldn't conceive, both of us.
Yeah.
So
Do you think if like y'all wasn't feeling sick, do you think you would have even bought the pregnancy test at that point, I guess?
I think eventually I would have, only because my breasts, they was swollen and hurting for so long. It was like, I want to say like 3 weeks. And I just never paid any mind because I was having so much fun drinking and going out. I was just having a ball.
Yeah.
So eventually I probably would have, but in that moment I only did it because I got the COVID test and it was sitting in my face. And I was like, this must be a sign. Let me take it. But other than that, not right then and there, no. I probably would have did it maybe like a month. Like in my head, I tried to psych myself out. So I might have been like, all right, if I don't come on my period by this date, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
it. So that more than likely would have been the solution.
So you found out you're pregnant. Did the pregnancy go how you envisioned it to go?
No.
Tell me more.
So before I even got pregnant, I always said when I get pregnant, I don't want to work. I want to be put up, my feet up, relax. Um, it kind of went like that, but just not in the way that I wanted it to. So I found out I was pregnant. Like I said, I was working in a hospital. I ended up having high risk pregnancy in the beginning, so I did leave my job because it was strenuous, and I just felt like my pregnancy was more important at that time. So I did not work. I didn't work my entire pregnancy, maybe until the very end, and it was only about 3 weeks that I did work. Um, the I got sick a lot in the beginning. I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't even hold water down. The smells, everything stuck to me. Like every smell was just so, it was terrible. I was stressed throughout my entire pregnancy up until I hit maybe 7 months, I want to say. That took a toll on me as well. And then, yeah, it was a lot in like more detail. I just don't want to talk about it, but it was really, really stressful. It was not what I expected, especially as my first pregnancy. I expected it to be better, but
Was it
it's very
I'm sorry.
it was very traumatizing.
Was it high risk because you was sick in the beginning? Like you said, it was high risk in the beginning. Is it because you were sick, so sick?
I don't really know why. I bled a lot. I honestly think it was just stress. Like my body was going through extra stress. I don't really know what the exact reason was why it was high risk. Eventually, they told me I was fine, but I want to say the beginning up until I really like my whole first trimester, I was considered high risk to them. So I was just like, whatever. And that kind of put stress on me too, like extra stress because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. This is my first time doing this. Like, am I working? Like, it was just really, really bad. But I don't really remember what exactly was the main cause of it or anything like that. I didn't have preeclampsia or any of those things. It was just, I feel like it was just stress on my body.
And I know you said like you just said it was stress, but like emotionally, given the fact that you like thought you couldn't conceive and then you are pregnant and you going through all this, how did that make you feel emotionally?
I was excited. Honestly, my on that, like if I had to see, yeah, I want to say I was excited more from that standpoint. Because it's like when I was actively trying when I was in my early 20s, I never got pregnant, and it was always no, 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 no. And then when I found out I was pregnant, of course I was happy. My situation wasn't the best, but I knew I was gonna keep my baby. I knew I was gonna be okay. In the end, it was just a little stressful, but I was very happy. And I was praying for a girl, and I got my girl. So I was really ecstatic when I found out I was having a girl. So yeah, that my emotion was everywhere. But on that point, I was ecstatic. I was so happy.
And so, what did your pregnancy teach you about yourself and the people around you, like your friends and family?
Um, about myself, I'm stronger than I think. And I say that because during my pregnancy, the stuff that I endured mentally, physically, I feel like I could have just given up. Like I really could have just been done with it. Um, my friends and family, I didn't always have a lot of friends around me. But during my pregnancy, I did have my best friend, and family wise, I did have my cousin and my sister. But my sisters, uh, you know how people say like when you have a kid or when you lose your job or something like that, that's when you see like who's really there for you, and stuff like that. I feel like my village didn't change. My select few people that I talk to on a daily basis or here and there, they still here. They came to see me. They were there the entire pregnancy if I needed anything. um, Nothing really changed. I'm actually thankful for that because I notice that's a pattern with people like when they have kids and stuff like that. Like they don't they want to be around the beginning and when you're pregnant and stuff, but they want to see the baby and everything when you first had the baby, but then they disappear. I don't really have anybody around me that's like that. Like everybody that's around now, they call me here and there or every day check on me and the baby. If she need anything, they'll get it. If I need anything, they know I did have postpartum, so they try to get me out of the house or watch the baby for me, anything like that. So friends and family, that situation, like I'm really blessed by my village because everybody's stuck around, they still around, and we locked in. Locked in.
And so, what did you do for yourself during pregnancy to prepare yourself for motherhood?
Took pictures. In the beginning I didn't. I was so depressed because of my circumstances. I didn't take any pictures. I didn't even want to do anything. But I ended up taking pictures more, trying to keep my hair up, trying to get my nails and stuff done, like little stuff that catered to me that I did before I was pregnant, just to try to keep some part of me, like who I really am. That was really it though. Like I moved when I was pregnant. I did move out of state, and then I moved. Yeah, I moved out of state because I really needed a refresh because of the stuff that I was dealing with here when I was pregnant. And then I came back when I had the baby. Excuse me. So that was a good thing for me. Just relocating myself to clear my mind. And other than that, I just did like little stuff like that, painting or being around family, swimming, stuff like that I actually like to do. Stuff that I know I knew once I had the baby I wouldn't be able to do this as much. So I just try to do little small stuff like that.
And so, what was your favorite part of your pregnancy and the biggest shock for you?
My favorite part of my pregnancy, it was no favorite part. I'm lying. My favorite part of my pregnancy was probably having my baby attached to me. That's one thing I can say I actually enjoyed. because I knew she was always with me. That was it. That was the only part that I enjoyed. I did not like being pregnant, especially in the summertime. And what was the other part of your question?
What was the biggest shock?
The biggest shock, but like of my pregnancy, my stretch marks, and like how big my stomach expanded and the body change. Most people, I was expecting to like snap back like that, like, oh, I'm gonna get my body back. No, ma'am. I, I, I'm still struggling with it mentally. Like, it's annoying, but I mean, it's life. I understand that our bodies change. This is what we were created for. But in the beginning, it made me sad.
Yeah.
Because I looked at my pictures and I'm like, oh my God, I had these cute perky titties and my stomach was so flat and I had a Coke bottom shape and I was just so. And then it's like, dang, what happened? Like, I'm so young, what happened? But I'm snapping back. I'm snapping back now. But in the beginning, it was really rough on my mental. Like, OMG, am I gonna look like this forever? Especially as soon as I had her and my stomach was not going down. I was like, oh, wow.
They don't tell you like. I mean, I feel like I may have seen some reels and things when I was pregnant, but like, you don't. I never thought it was going to be like a belly still there. I don't know. I just always thought like you had a baby, the belly gone. But I mean, it
Yes,
makes
it's
sense.
a lot
Like
of
your
things
body
that people
stretched
don't tell
for a
you.
long time, so it makes sense. But it's just like, go away, please.
It's because they make it seem like you're going to snap back, like it's natural to snap back, but that's not the reality. That is not the real. Even like the changing of my skin, like when I was pregnant, towards the ending of my pregnancy, I got so chocolate out of nowhere, and everybody was saying like, "Oh, that's because you just was living in Florida for months," and I'm like, "That's not why. I wasn't chocolate when I was in Florida." I got so chocolate. I didn't really gain too much like weight, like baby weight. My nose didn't get big. None of that stuff happened, but I was so chocolate. It was crazy. And then after the fact, my hair did grow a lot, but then I had bald edges. So it was just like, oh, I'm like, y'all don't tell people this stuff. It's a lot of stuff that they don't, everybody just leave out.
Yeah.
Everybody make it seem like it's just so cute and belly and baby shower and gender reveal. No, tell me the harsh stuff. Tell me the stuff that I need to know so I can prepare for that stuff. Because baby showers and all that, I don't care about none of that stuff. I need to know how is this going to affect my body, my mind, my emotions, all of that. Because a lot of that stuff nobody prepared me for. And when I was going through postpartum, excuse me.
Good.
I didn't even realize I was going through postpartum. My best friend is the one who actually told me, like, yes, you're going through postpartum. Like, her and my mom had to really keep telling me, like, you're going through postpartum. You need a break. You need to ask for help.
Yeah.
I understand you feel like you want her to be up under you 25/8, but you need to be okay with receiving help because you need to sleep. You need to eat. You need to shower. And I'm just like, I'm fine. When I wasn't.
Yeah. Were you the first person, like in your friend group and your family, to have a baby?
No. I am the first granddaughter. Well, I'm the first girl from my grandma's tree to have a daughter, to have a baby. All of the kids, the grandkids and great grands come from my brothers. But I'm the first girl, so I can say that I'm my mom's first girl as well to have a baby, but I'm not the first.
Yeah. So you really had nobody telling you like, oh,
Yeah,
what's going on?
like I'm on the mom's side, I'm the first, but other than that, no, because my brothers they reproduce for sure. But my mom had a bunch of kids, so a lot of things I was asking her about, and she like, I don't remember. I don't remember. My last baby is 20 such and such years old. Like everybody kept telling me that. Like I don't remember. I don't remember. Even with my best friend, she had 2 children, and her youngest, I believe, is 7 now. I think her youngest is 7 now. So I mean, she was helping me, and then one of my sisters, my brother, big mother, I call her my sister. She have a 1 year old. My nephew is 1. So a lot of things I was asking her. Some stuff she didn't even remember.
Yeah.
She just had him. And then my daughter's aunt, I call her my sister as well. she have a 3-year-old. So I was asking them like a lot of stuff. Some stuff a lot of people just weren't remembering. And I understand because now looking back, during my pregnancy, it was so traumatic to me. A lot of things I blocked
Yeah.
out. Like I don't even want to remember some of that stuff that I went through. But I was just like, I need y'all to tap into something because I need help. Like, what is this? What is this called? Why is she doing this? What is this? Somebody help me. And the doctors really, they were helpful, but they weren't as helpful as I wanted them to be. So I always turned to TikTok for answers. And that's like going to Google.
Yeah, at this point, I remember recently, not recently, but since I had kids, because I can't fathom. I mean, obviously we would have got it done, but I can't fathom like in 1990, like you had to go to the library to get an answer on. Because I'm like, Mom,
Yes.
what did you do? Like you couldn't just Google it. She's like, I went to the
Literally,
library and
like,
read, and that's crazy.
that's too much.
Yeah, because like the baby's crying right here in my lap at home, so I gotta
Like,
get
what am I supposed
myself
to do?
together and go to the library to figure out what I need
And
to
hope
do.
the baby be quiet.
I didn't even think about that part.
Mm-mm.
Right. Okay, so your birthing team, like what did your OB was like someone you had been seeing for a while? Or did you just not just pick somebody? Did you find somebody new? And how did they treat you?
I actually went. I was recommended to them by my cousin. She went there. She had both of her kids. No, I think she had her youngest with them, and she was telling me like, yeah, the main OB that delivered one of her children. She was like, she's one of the best in Maryland or in the world or something like that. So I started. I started doing my research. I was like, oh yeah, she is. So I went to that practice with Mercy. And I actually loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I loved them. Like, everybody was nice. Only thing that I really didn't like was when I went to the doctor's appointment, I had to see different physicians every time. I didn't really like that. But it was because they said that once I do go into labor, I might not get the person that I want.
Right.
So that was like, but I mean, honestly, it was fine because everybody was nice. Like, I only had one doctor that I did not like, and it was so crazy because it was at the end of my pregnancy, and I did not like her. That was my first time having her. I did not like this lady, and when I told them when I went to my last appointment and they checked me and it was like, yeah, you have to go to the hospital. I was like, well, is that lady here? Because I don't want her to deliver my daughter. And he was like, oh no, she left. She moved. She's
No
gone.
good.
And I was like, oh, thank God. And I ended up having the lady who I originally wanted, who's the best in Maryland, to deliver my daughter. She actually delivered her. So I was so happy about that. I
Good.
was ecstatic. I was like, yes. When she came in the room, I was like, oh my goodness. It was like I saw Beyonce.
Girl.
I was so happy. I was so happy. I was drugged up. And she was like, yes. And I was like, you don't know how happy I am. Like, I heard so much about you. And that was my first time meeting her.
Oh, really?
Throughout the entire practice, I kept requesting her, and they kept telling me she's busy, her schedule. Like, she was so booked. I couldn't even get an appointment
I
with
feel like I
her.
know what you're talking about because I tried to, not like for OB, but like for regular, I was trying to find a new person. She black?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't think of her name, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
What's that lady name?
I don't know.
I forget her name.
But she like with the Hoffman and Associates group.
Yes, that's exactly who I was with, Huffman Associates.
Yeah. But okay. Oh. So it seems like you were heard aside from that one lady who thankfully got going. Okay. That's good. So tell me your birthing story. How did you you told me they sent you to the hospital. So just tell me your birthing story from the top to the bottom,
Right,
whatever.
so,
Beginning and end. That's the words.
so what happened? All right, so I had that appointment. That was my last appointment. My cousin took me. She took me to the appointment. And I was having contractions. I feel like it was something else before that, but whatever. I was having contractions or whatever. So when I went into the appointment, they checked me, and I actually had an appointment before that with, I feel like the lady ripped what is it? When they
She
ripped
stripped
that?
your thing? Stripped your...
Yes, the membrane.
Yeah.
That lady that I didn't like. I think that's what she did because it hurt so, she was putting me in so much pain. Like, I wanted to kick her in the face. And she told me, she was like, oh, your membrane is something, something. And when she took her hand out, it was like this stuff on it. And I'm like, what is that? Like, what is this stuff, lady? But the next appointment was the next week. And I was contracting when I went. And she was like, the doctor was like, yeah, you have to go to the hospital right now. She was like, we're going to send you to the ER, whatever. And I'm like, okay. But I already had in my mind, because I told my cousin that I was contracting this. I called my mom, like, Ma, should I take my bag just in case? And she was like, yeah. So I had everything in the car already. So we get to Mercy, and they check me, do all of that stuff, and they sent me home. I'm like, okay, whatever. Cool. I go home that same night. I was still contracting, but it wasn't close enough. And I didn't want to go back, like straight back to the hospital, and they send me back home.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in here and I'm just trying to sleep, and I could not sleep. I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm like, Mom, it's hurting so bad. Like, it's hurting. I can't take it. And it was getting closer. So my mom started counting for me, like how long it was in between.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, yeah, it's too close. They too close together, whatever. So I'm like, okay. I said, okay. I get up. My aunt, she was already woke. So I'm telling her, like, I think it's time to go back to the hospital or whatever. So she was like, you sure? And I'm like, well, let's just wait a little bit. So I waited maybe like 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. I'm walking back and forth, and it was hurting so bad. Like, they just kept getting closer and closer and closer. And I'm like, oh, no, I can't take this.
Mm-hmm.
I can't take it. So we went to the hospital, and they had me waiting in the, well, I guess, I don't really know. I want to say like triage. They had me waiting in there for probably 3-4 hours. They checked me. They was like, you still 1 centimeter. And I was like, I can't be, like, it's hurting too bad. I can't be. So I started walking. They told me I could walk the floor, the
Mm-hmm.
unit. So I was walking around for maybe about an hour, and then they checked me again, and then it was like, okay, we can admit you. And I think by that time I was maybe 3 or 4 centimeters. Then they put me in the room. As soon as we got back there, so the contractions weren't really that bad. Like, I feel like I could take the contractions, but I just was like, can I just get the epidural? When I got the epidural, that's when it really I was in pain. So when the guy was doing my epidural, mind you, I'm still having active contractions as he's doing it. Um, I don't know if he messed up or whatever the case was, but I started feeling this burning sensation on my right side. So I start screaming, but mind you, they telling me stay still because the needle's in the
Mm-hmm.
back, whatever. I start crying real bad. My aunt gets scared, so she stands up. She like, you sure you want to do this? You sure you want to do this? I'm like, it's already done. Like, so he like, where's the pain? And I'm telling him, he like, in the side. He like, you shouldn't feel anything in your side. So he took it out.
Mm-hmm.
Then he tried again. And I'm like, it's hurting. I'm crying and screaming again. He like, where's the pain? I'm like, now it's on the other side. Like, what in the world? They like, what? Like, what's going on? He took that one out. So then he did something again, and then I couldn't feel it after that. And then I was numb. I wasn't numb, but I started to feel the medication.
Mm-hmm.
So then from there, I was calm. They did the catheter or whatever. I was fine. They came to check me a few times. I had family come. My daughter's dad came. Everybody was coming in after that. It took a while. Then I want to say that night, was that the same night? No, it was the next day. No, I think that was, I don't really remember. But um they checked me because I kept saying I feel like it's pressure. I kept telling them like I feel pressure. It's hurting, like I'm feeling something.
Mm-hmm.
I was itching really, really bad the entire time. They had to give me Benadryl and cream and all this other stuff. My pressure was going up and down, up and down, up and down. So they was worried about that. Then as I'm pushing, it comes time for me to push. Um, the doctor came in and whatever. It's a bunch of people coming in the room, and I'm so scared. I start crying. I called my mom because my mom, she was on her way to Maryland, but she was driving. So I called my mom, and she ended up calling my girl. I'm like, oh my goodness, can y'all pray for me? I'm so scared. Like, Mind you, I'm out of it. I don't know what medicine they gave me. They did give me Pitocin, and I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, I did not want Pitocin because I heard a bunch of scary stories about it make the contractions 10 times worse. But it didn't for me. It didn't for me. Like I didn't feel pain. I just felt the pressure. So when it was like, okay, it's time to push, I'm scared. Like, oh my goodness, how is the baby coming out of me? They got me ready. They get me ready, put my legs up. I'm trying my best to push. I start feeling nauseous, and I'm telling the doctor like I feel sick. I'm hot. I feel something is wrong, and I feel like nobody was listening to me. I think in their mind they just thinking she's just saying this because what she's going through. But I'm literally telling them something is wrong. I'm hot. I don't feel good. Something is wrong, and they told me, the doctor told me, she was like, yeah, the baby head keeps going in and out. She's not trying to come out. And then in the midst of me pushing, my daughter turned. I think she was supposed to be like face down. She completely turned while I was pushing her whole body. She was not trying to come out at all. So then they was telling me like her heart rate is going down. And it was like, we're gonna try to push one more time. If you can't push her out, we have to go into the surgical room. So I was like, oh my goodness, I got scared. I'm like, really? So they like, it's okay, don't be afraid, whatever, whatever. We tried one more time, nothing happened. They rushed me into the surgical room because her heart rate was dropping. It was dropping too fast. Once they took me into the surgical room, by that time I really was just out of it. Like I really don't remember too much from that. I just remember them trying to make me push, and then my sister was literally folding my body because I didn't have any energy at all. Like I was completely out of it. So she's folding my body to push for me. And then they used one of those suction vac things on her head. So when I first heard her do it, it broke, but it popped off like pop. I got so scared. I was like, oh my goodness, was that the baby? I was so scared. And she was like, no, 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 no. It broke. The thing just broke. So then they did it again, and then she came out. And she wasn't crying. She just was mad. Like her face was like, and then they threw her on me, and I was kind of scared to like hold her because I was shaking. And I was crying or whatever, and then I told them like, can you get her? And the girl, one of the nurses that was like standing next to my face, she was like, you okay? She was like, are you cold? And I was like, no, I think it's just my anxiety. And probably 2 minutes go by, not even a full 2 minutes, probably 1 minute, and I'm like, I'm cold. And I kept telling them like, I'm cold, I'm freezing. And I was shaking so bad. And then they started throwing blankets on me and throwing blankets on me. So then they put me back in the other room. And I'm like, I'm cold. I was telling them, like, I'm freezing. Like, I need some blankets. Could y'all put the heat on? And then my sister came and she touched me. She was like, Rah, you burning up. And I was like, I can't be. I'm cold. I'm freezing. And that's when all the doctors start rushing in again.
Let's take a break from today's episode to highlight our Black woman business for the week. Planning an event is already a job within itself, so why not let someone else handle decor? That's where Colorful Chaos Creations comes in. Colorful Chaos Creations offers decorating services and specializes in balloon decor. And now that Party City has closed, that's definitely a service that we can all use. From birthday parties to baby showers, holiday parties, anniversaries, or conferences, Colorful Chaos Creations can handle it all. If you're interested in booking, please do so via Instagram or email. Both will be linked in the description. Now let's get back to today's episode.
Because my sister told me, she was like, she said she cold, but she's super hot. So they came in, everybody come rushing in, they putting all this stuff on me. And come to find out I had some type of infection. And I got scared because I'm like, infection? Like, what is this? And a lady was saying, one of the doctors was telling me, it's fine. Most moms get this when they give birth. And I'm like, well, what is this? Like, what does that mean? Like, is the baby okay? Do she have an infection? Like, I was just freaking out. But that part of the birth, it was so scary because that lasted for maybe an hour going on 2 hours.
Mhm.
That part was really scary for me because it was so hot in there. Like, and I felt it after I finally came back to. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so hot. And they was like, yeah, we had to turn the heat up because you said you were cold.
Mhm.
And they threw blankets on me. I had so many blankets, and my sister was putting her whole body on top of me to warm me up. My aunt was rubbing me. Like, I was freaking out so bad. I disassociated myself with the baby.
Mhm.
Like, I didn't even want to hold her at that point because I'm just like, what is going on? But then afterwards, everything was fine. I held her, and they tried to latch. They tried to do the latch thing. She wouldn't latch. That was just a whole other process. But that giving birth, I wouldn't. That was a 0 out of 10. I was. Mm-mm.
Mhm. Did they like? So because you had the infection, did you have to stay in the hospital longer?
I did. I had to stay in there for 4 days altogether, I believe.
And but the baby was in the room with you because she was fine.
Yeah, she was with me.
Okay. And so when you after all of this, after all of this done happened, and you finally hold the baby, how did you feel the first time you saw her?
I was like excited. I think I cried because I was just like in disbelief, like, OMG, I just had a baby.
Mhm.
Like, my mind just was not, it was like a disconnect, like between me and my mind and my body and my baby. Like, I'm just sitting there looking at her like, is this really my baby? Like, pinch me. Is this real? That's how I felt. Like, this not real. Even now, sometimes today, like when she sleep, I look at her and I'm like, oh my goodness, this really my baby. Like, I cannot believe I have a baby. But that first moment when I really grasped that she was mine, I think I cried. I was
Mhm.
just so emotional. I cried a lot when I first had her. I was really, really emotional.
I feel like
I
the
was
shock
super,
of having a kid never wears off.
yeah, I was just like, is this really my baby for real?
I'm pumped or like, but
It
okay.
was amazing though.
So what was that first month home like for you guys? That first month postpartum, the adjustment of it all.
Um, Her first month home, for her, it was like dealing with her. I think it was good.
Mhm.
I didn't struggle with anything. I'm an aunt to what, like 8, 9, 10, 12 kids. So a lot of the things I already knew. A lot of things I thought I knew I didn't know. But I did have help. So that was it was smooth. But for me, it wasn't because like I said earlier, I didn't sleep. I didn't eat. I was going through postpartum and didn't know it, but it was just I just didn't want to take my eyes off her. I was scared of a lot of things. Like a lot of stuff was going in my mind. Oh, don't let her sleep this way, or she can't take a bath,
Mhm.
or I gotta double check her milk and wake up in the middle of the night, make sure she okay, make sure she breathing. Like I psyched myself out a lot when she first came home because I was just so scared. Um, then she also did like this crying spells,
Mhm.
and it drove me crazy, like really, really bad. I didn't know what it was. Like I honestly thought it was colic at first because everybody else kept saying it was colic, but then I'm like, it's not colic because it's not going on as long as they say colic is for, like the crying.
Mhm.
Um, but then it stopped. It stopped eventually, and I was just like, okay, maybe she just wanted her mom. That's what I always say when she crying. She just want her mom.
Mhm.
That's all. So, but the first month it was okay for me as far as her, but me mentally myself, I was just going through it, and I didn't know it.
Yeah.
And looking back, I should have, but I didn't. I didn't know it
Don't
at
say
all.
that because it's a lot going. I mean, you, not you should have because like it's a lot going on. You keeping a whole human being alive. Like
Yeah,
you got you focused on a lot of things.
it was. Whew, I don't see how. When I say I should have, I'm saying like I should have just took a breath.
Mhm.
But I feel like it's easier said than done when you in that moment because it's like it's not that easy. I really was making it's like, and then another thing, their feeding schedules and stuff like that, that really took a toll on me. Pumping, because she was breastfed, but pumping and making sure she have enough, making sure it's the right amount, making sure you have enough for if you just so happen to have to go to the store or anything like that really took a lot. That breastfeeding, it took a lot on my body. I'm so happy I'm not doing that anymore, honestly.
That's a great segue. Tell me about your breastfeeding journey. What did that look
She
like?
did not she didn't latch from the moment we was in hospital to ever. She didn't latch. She probably latched my maybe one time without the nipple shields. I had to use nipple shields, and she latched sometimes with those, but not often. I had to pump because she didn't latch. In the beginning, I didn't get any milk. I wasn't producing milk at first, and I hated that. And that took a toll on me because it was like I don't really want her to drink formula. But if I'm not producing, I really don't have a choice. So I tried everything. I was trying to do oatmeal cream pies, oat milk, body armors. I tried everything. And for a time it did help. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it did help. Um then I wanna say when she hit maybe like 2 months, that's when I started producing more milk, and it was coming. It was coming a lot. Like steady milk, steady milk, steady milk. And then it got better. I just was tired because when I did end up going back to work, I had to pump at work. When I was doing orientations and stuff, I had to stop and pump. More money. I had to stop and pump at orientations, and that was just a lot. Like make sure I have milk ready, making sure I have enough milk in the bags. There you go. It was just a lot. That just took a lot on me. And then once she hit, I want to say 3 months, I started introducing her back to the formula, the Enfamil, to see like which one I wanted to do because my milk started slowing down again. Excuse me. And then eventually I just stopped. By the time she was 4 months, it was no more breast milk. It just completely was gone. Like I was trying to pump and nothing was coming out. So I was like, okay, whatever.
And so you mentioned that you wanted her to breastfeed. How did that affect you mentally? Like the fact that you had one that wouldn't latch, and then that you had to stop.
Um, I was sad. I was sad because I wanted her to have that. And I feel like breastfeeding, like her latching to my breast, I feel like that was a certain type of bond that could have been created, even though I think we still close, but we didn't get to experience that because she didn't latch. So I was sad about that. And sometimes I still get sad about her not breastfeeding because I think with the breast milk, like it's a lot of nutrients and stuff in it. And I didn't want her to get vaccinated and stuff at first because she was breastfeeding. I'm like, well, at least she got the breast milk, so she'll be fine. But then once it stopped, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it the other route. I'm just going to do what I got to do.
And so during postpartum, what did the support look like from you? I know you said your siblings and your mother were a big help. So what did that look like? I think you said your mom, but you know what I'm saying, your family.
Support. I have this. I had to support my aunt, my grandmother, my mom, my best friend, my sisters. I always had to support, even her dad. I always had to support. It just it's just me accepting it sometimes. I always been that type of person where I don't want to ask for help. I just do it on my own. So when she came, it was kind of the same. Like I just didn't want anybody watching her. And I think that just came with trust, period, with people in general. I don't really like people watching her. Even now, I don't really like too many people watching her. She can't talk. She can't tell me if anybody did anything or said anything crazy to her. But my support always been top tier. Right, mommy? A1.
So you mentioned that you struggle with asking for help, which understandable. If you have even gotten over it, once you like tackle that challenge, was it hard for you to actually verbalize what you needed help with, or like what support you could use?
I still don't ask for help.
Okay, ma'am.
I like I've gotten easy. It's easier for me to ask certain people, but sometimes I just don't. I just rather not. I just do it myself, or I'll figure out a way to get around it. I will ask my aunt if I need her, but or my grandmother. But other than that, I don't really ask too many people for help. I just figure it out because sometimes I feel like I don't want to be a burden. Like everybody going through stuff. So when it comes to anything she might need, I'll just get it before I ask somebody to get it. But if it's like I need a babysitter and it's urgent and my aunt can't keep her, then I have to go to the next person. But other than that, I'm not asking. Cause, and I tell her dad that all the time because he'll be like, well, why don't you just ask my aunt, can she just keep her while you go to work? Or won't you do this? And I'm like, I'm not putting our responsibility on nobody else. And he'll tell me like, well, it's not about that. That's family. They'll do it. They'll help. I'm still not putting my responsibility on nobody else. Like, this is our baby. If we can't do it, we gotta figure it out. Somebody gotta figure it out.
So how do you get a
That's
minute for
just how I
yourself?
feel.
My bad. I said, so how do you get a minute for yourself?
When she go to sleep.
Okay.
That's it. Sometimes like if I want to go out or something like that, I will ask my aunt. Like, if you're not busy, can you keep her? Or I ask my sister. My sister, she's super helpful. And like I said earlier, I'm the first girl on the mom side, so they be ecstatic about me with the baby. So she'll be, oh, I get my baby, I get my baby, I get my baby. So
She look like she about to go.
I hope she needs to take a nap.
So you mentioned you struggled with postpartum. Can you tell me a little bit about that and what that looked like? And then once they told you like, hey, we think this is going on, how did you work through it?
See, I didn't know because like I never knew what postpartum was. I didn't sleep. I wasn't sleeping at all, like literally never. And then when she was having her crying spells, I would cry with her. And I would jump up and take her to the hospital every time. And I didn't eat as much. Even at the end of my pregnancy, my aunt had to force me, like, you gotta come downstairs to get some food. You gotta eat. Like, she would make me food. Like, hey, there's food in the microwave. I made you something to eat. You gotta eat. After I had her, it was the same thing. You gotta make sure you eat. Like, everybody was texting, like, did you eat today? I'm like, oh, no, I actually forgot. And I wouldn't take showers. It was so bad where I would forget to brush my teeth. And it's like, dang, did I brush my teeth today? I know I didn't brush my teeth today. I didn't realize it until her last crying spell. She was crying so bad. It was just, it was taking me. And me and my best friend had went out, and I came in the house and I got her and she was crying. I was like, I can't go back outside. Like, she crying. And I started crying because I didn't know what to do. And my best friend was like, I'll go with you to the hospital. We went to the hospital and they kept trying to say it was colic. And I'm like, it's not colic. I don't know what it is, but it's not colic. And she wasn't going to the bathroom. Like, maybe she can't poop. And it was like, well, she's a newborn. They don't poop often and whatever. She's breastfed. And it's normal for her to go a week without pooping. And I'm like, that's not true. Mind you, this is my first time. So I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm going to say it's not true. And then my mom, she was telling me whenever I call her and she'd be like, she'd ask me the same questions, like, did you eat? Did you take a shower? This, that, and the third. And I'm like, no, not yet. I'm gonna do it. Then the next day we talk and she's like, you had that same shirt on 2 days ago. Did you eat? Did you take a shower? Did you do it? And I'm like, oh yeah, I did eat a uncrustable sandwich or something like that. And she's like, you need to go eat. Like, you dealing with postpartum and you have to get yourself together because if you're not together, you can't take care of her. And my best friend would try to get me out, try to take me to do little small stuff. Or my sisters, they'd try to take me to do little small stuff. Tell me, oh, come over, bring the baby over here. You could just fall asleep. I'll watch her. I never did it. I don't know why, but in the beginning, I could not take my eyes off her. Like, I felt like if I blinked, she was going to be gone. Somebody was going to take my baby. Like, it's so crazy how the mind make you think. But I was just so scared when she was first born. So I think that's part of the reason why I didn't sleep because I was so busy watching her, making sure she's breathing, making sure she okay. Anytime she made the slightest noise, I'm picking up. Like, she could just, oh, she about to cry. Let me get her, and she just sleep. She just breathing like it's nothing wrong. But I mean, I think now it's getting better though. I know for sure it's getting better now because I'm able to go to work. I actually enjoy going out now. Well, I try to get out more now, but. Yeah, and I try to take my breaks now because I be needing them.
Yeah. And I think that go back to like how you saying earlier, your favorite part of pregnancy was that you knew she was safe. But like once they
Yes,
born, they just out here and exposed
yes,
to the
and it's like you
elements.
don't know what's going on. I'm like, when I first went back to break, I cried. And I would call my aunt I was keep calling. What's she doing? Did she eat? Did she drink the whole bottle? Is she asleep? And even now when I'm at work, she just started food, like pureed food. My aunt send me videos and stuff of her eating her food and stuff. And I'd be so happy. But now I feel like me getting a break is me going to work.
Mm-hmm.
That's my break. When I go to work, I'm like, oh, thank God. I can breathe a little
Yeah.
bit. And then I come back and I'm back in mommy mood.
So going back to work, how do I? What was the question? Oh, at what point did you have to go back to work? Like, how old was she, and were you? I mean, obviously you weren't ready. So, like,
I went back. I think it's 6 weeks when they say you can go back to work. I went back as soon as my 6 weeks was up.
and I mean, it sounds like you struggled with it. Are you
I
still
did.
struggling with it?
No, not really. At first, yeah, I cried a lot, but now, no, not too much. I do have two jobs though, so it's harder for me to work two jobs now because it's just like finding a babysitter, and then I feel like just being away from her all day
Yeah.
all week, that's just too long. It's too much for me because sometimes when I'm at work, I just be sitting there like, oh, I cannot wait to get off. I miss my baby. I want to hug my baby. I just want to smell my baby. And then sometimes when I'm at work, I'm like, Jesus, I hope when I go in the house, she is not crying. I hope she want to take a nap because I just need to take a nap. But it's a lot better now than before because before I was rushing to get off. I go, yeah, I'm going in the house.
And
Now it's not like that.
so I know it hasn't been a year yet, but like, how do you feel you've become a different person through this process and journey?
um, I had more patience. I always had patience with my nieces and nephews, but it kind of faded. I think now I have more patience again. And I pick my battles with everything. Literally, like I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm not like certain things I just won't even respond to. Like I'm just not responding to negativity. I'm just not gonna do certain things because at the end of the day, my daughter need me the most. And if I'm not here, nobody is gonna love her or take care of her like I would.
Right.
And I think that's just the main thing. I just don't respond to things the same as I used to. That's really it.
And how do you plan to maintain a sense of self during your motherhood journey? Like I know you said when you was pregnant, you was still making sure to keep yourself up and stuff like that.
Um, Eventually, when she get maybe like one or two, I plan on like traveling again and taking her with me. Like I think I kind of look at it like the old me is gone. Like I stopped dwelling on it because I'm never gonna be that person ever again. I just kind of look at it like a new me. It's just me with a baby now.
Right.
So everything that I do, I just try to incorporate my baby into it. And not everything, because sometimes I feel like it's okay to do things without a baby. But most things now while she's still small, if I can't bring her, I more than likely won't go or it's limited. Like the time is limited. Like I know, well, if I go out with y'all, I'm not staying out all night. I gotta go get my baby. Like that's just what it is. But other than that, it's just I don't even dwell on the old me like I used to. I used to a lot. Like in the beginning I was so depressed, like dang, I'm never gonna be able to go back and do this like I used to or go out like I used to or travel like I used to. Now I just kinda accepted it, like and that's okay. We grown, like we're growing and we're grown.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have kids. Like it's not gonna stay the same unless you're a deadbeat. Cause some people it do stay the same. They just don't ever have their kids. But I'm not like that. So
It
I
was like
kind of
a
just accept it.
it was a thread that said that it was like if your life ain't changed after you had a kid, like you literally just aren't a great parent. Basically,
Yeah,
is what it
I
is.
just accepted it now. Like, whatever.
All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. So there is one thing I wanted to ask before the wrap. So To listeners, I guess I found Mariah because she made a TikTok about the things that shocked you, I guess to say, about
Mhm.
pregnancy and all those things. I know we've hit a couple of them during the call, but if you could give the listeners 3 of the things that you were like, what the hell about after you had a baby, the main 3, I guess to say. Even if you said them already, that's fine too.
The main 3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Um, actually giving birth, my body changes, and accepting the new life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what is one piece of advice that you would give to first time moms?
Okay, one piece of advice I would give to a first time girl, do not sweat it. Like, it's gonna get better. Don't don't think it's you. Don't think is the worst thing ever. Like, it's gonna get better. The good and the bad, it come with it. Like, just take your time, breathe, talk to God if you believe in God or whatever God you do believe in, and use your support. Use your support system. Let them people get the baby. Let them people hold that baby. They want to watch that baby. Let the people watch that baby. Take a nap because you're going to need it. But yeah, you got it.
Okay. And where can the listeners find you?
TikTok, my handle is only one RHI with the number 1. And I do have a YouTube. I try to post frequently, but it's kind of hard when you got any baby. Mariah Sade, 2 H's and 1 E. SADE.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining me today, Mariah. Is there anything I didn't ask that you wanted to share?
No, thank you for having
Of
me.
course. I'm trying to let you get some me time while she's taking that.
You gotta be up. She take a little cat naps.
She's like, you speaking me up. All right. So
It's okay.
to listeners, thank you for listening. Be sure to follow, like, subscribe on all the things, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.